In today's video, I start a brand new hardcore world in Minecraft, and I played for 100 days. You guys voted for hardcore in the poll. I don't know why. You obviously want to see me suffer. Even Lizzie told me she voted for the hardcore version, so she obviously wants to see me suffer as well. I'm hoping to get this world to 2,000 days, so make sure to subscribe if you want to see more videos in the future. It really does help, and these videos take a long time to make, so I do appreciate it. Anyway, let's get into it. So off we go with world creation, and I use the seed I don't want to die, so you can check it out for yourself if you want to play along. And here we are on day 0, where I realized instantly I had the wrong skin on, so I quickly changed this silly Empire skin to a hardcore one where my eyes are slightly redder. I also saw some horses, but you know what? New series, new me. Horses, you're okay. However, chickens, I'm sorry, they're not okay. Nothing will make them okay. They still have to die. Now, this is my first time playing 1.18. I have played a snow-only version of 1.18, but actual 1.18, just default Minecraft, this is my first time playing it ever. So, I'm very excited to see what terrain we get, but first, I had to kill a load of animals, mainly sheep, to get myself a bed, as this is hardcore. Anything I can do to avoid mobs, I will be doing, okay? But what I did do was kill this iron golem for some iron, managed to get 4 bits. Pretty good start. I then went on a little bit of an explore, found myself a dark oak forest and a spruce biome, as well as some iron and some coal. I also found this really tall birch tree. I think these are new, and it was so tall, but not as tall as me. I am taller. Anyway, I got myself in a boat, and I went out on the ocean, and I found myself a pirate ship where I got myself some carrots, some potatoes, and a load of iron. Lovely, love all that iron. I also found myself some gold blocks here in this chest, and I also ate this suspicious stew, which gave me night vision, which would have been useful, but it only lasts for like 7 seconds, so it's not really that useful. I then spent the next day just exploring savannas. All that was around me was savannas. I was getting very frustrated because I couldn't get out of this savanna. I'd been traveling for about 1,000 blocks, and I was stuck in a savanna. Anyway, let's go back to the ocean, where it is very nice, and oh no, wait, there's more savannas. But also, there's a mesa. Look how epic that looks. That terrain is crazy. I would love to have built like that in Empires. I even said wow in the chat. I don't know why I say it in the chat. No one's listening. But I found myself some stuff in a mine shaft here, and then I went running through this biome, which was also massive. I found that 1.18 biomes are all huge. I think in comparison to 1.17, they're just so much bigger. I don't know why, but it just is. Also, one thing that's annoying about 1.18 is the rain. Oh, and also pufferfish, but they've always been annoying. But when you sleep in 1.18, it doesn't reset the rain cycle, meaning that it just rains all the time. When I used to sleep and it would never rain, now it rains all the time. I hate it. Anyway, found myself a desert temple away from the rain. Managed to kill this creeper here as my first mob that I killed. Also killed that zombie. And then I went and looted these chests. Got some goodies from here, as you can see, before heading through this jungle, as I was looking for a specific biome, if you can't tell already. I said finally here, thinking it was close, but then I ended up in another savanna, and I hate savannas. Look, I'm very mad in the chat. I'm just talking to myself, but I'm saying, where are the mountains? Because I'm looking for mountains. The new mountains that we have, I really want to find one. But anyway, I found another birch forest. I also found this crazy terrain here. And inside this cave here, one of those new overgrown, what are they called? Lush caves, I believe. And yes, they are very pretty, but they are also very dark and full of mobs. So I decided not to go down there. Instead, go look at this, which is just the most ugly terrain generation I've ever seen. I then ended up in a snow biome and fell into some of that powdered snow, which I also hate now as well. It feels like I started playing hardcore mode when everything is trying to kill you, and this snow is just the most annoying thing ever. I just kept forgetting about it and then just walking into more of it, and it's just, it's unavoidable, really. Look, I keep falling down. It's so pathetic. But finally, on day 8, we found ourselves a mountain. Hurrah! And it's actually a pretty cool looking one. I was quite happy with how it looked, and I found this nice little area here which had some sort of flat land underneath this mountain, and I said perfect, and this is where we're going to settle down for the start of this series. I might move in the future, but for now this area is where we're going to be having our house, etc. So I got set up, chopped down some trees, also went to a nearby village which I found and rang a bell and found some large ferns which are really cool. Also found some more iron stuff and saw that we were pretty close to a dark oak forest as well, so some good biomes around here. I'm happy. I collected collected some spruce saplings to make myself a big old spruce tree, and then went and searched the nearby caves. Found a bit of iron in this one, but also found a zombie spawner. Look at that. Isn't that nice? Not really. Zombie spawners are like my least favorite, but we could use it in the future if we ever got a cleric to do some trading. Also got a power 3 book from it, which is okay, but look, there's the coordinates. I'm saving them so I don't forget them in the future. I then found a massive cave which had a lot of mobs in it, because all the caves now have a lot of mobs in it, and it's honestly quite terrifying most of the time, especially with all these massive drops as well. I'm on hardcore now. I can't die, alright? I just can't. And I know the longer I invest into this series, the more angry I'm going to be when I do eventually die, because let's be real, it's me. It's going to happen. Anyway, I started making some plans for my house, as you can see there, but we needed some more stuff. So I saved the coordinates of my area, and as you can see, it's really far out, and we set off on the ocean. We traveled through plains biomes, ocean biomes, came across this village here, which had 3 diamonds. Woohoo! That's very nice. I then set out more on the ocean with a weird time lapse there, and found the worst mushroom island I've ever seen. It had 1 cow and 1 mushroom. Terrible. I then found another one, which wasn't so terrible, and look at this coral reef. It is massive. Anyway, we found what we were looking for, which was this mesa biome. I had noted it down on the way, and we headed back here to collect ourselves some terracotta, as well as some sand and some gravel, because I didn't want to go to my old ways of just building houses out of like spruce wood, etc. So I wanted to add something different to my builds this time, as it gives me a new challenge personally, and I think it's just a bit more interesting for you guys as well. You'll see later what style I go for, but here you can see me finding a buried treasure map, which of course I went to find in hopes to get some goodies from. Located it to this area right here, and it had not really anything good in it. It was just a load of rubbish. Was really hoping for some more diamonds, as I don't want to go into those caves as diamonds are so far down now, but oh well, I didn't. I then planted my sugarcane along the bottom here, which is actually quite far away from where I'm planning to put my house, and then I headed to another nearby village, yoinked the brewing stand, found another mountain which looked quite nice really, some horses which I did not kill, by the way. I've not killed a single horse yet, and then I made myself an enchanting table and did some really basic enchantments, just getting some unbreaking, protection wands, etc., just to make it a little bit easier when I do eventually go caving. And when is that? It's now, baby. In we go to one of those deep old caves, and instantly a shield comes in useful, because creepers are everywhere and they keep falling down off rafters and exploding at me and surprising me. I did kill a glow squid though, because they are defenseless and it's fun. Anyway, I went deep down trying to find myself some diamonds, but another reason I was down here was to get some deep slate, because I wanted to build with it. But then this happened, my nearest death yet on this series, and we're only on day 16. Both those creepers hit me, and I was actually on half a heart here, and dodging arrows is what saved my life. You can see half a heart. I had to survive. I was really panicking. My heart rate went up about 15, and luckily I managed to hide in this little corner here behind this pillar, kill all the mobs nearby, and we were good. Oh my gosh, though. Heart attack. Hated that, but we managed to get ourselves a name tag, and that cheered me up a little bit. But I cooled myself down by just mining up some deep slate before doing a little bit more exploring. Also, all that lichen or lichen or whatever always looks like diamonds to me, and I get my hopes up every time, only to be disappointed. But I just having no luck finding diamonds. I was literally like, where are the diamonds? Until I realized in the background there were some diamonds, so I went and mined those diamonds. And I got quite lucky, as there were 4 diamonds there. Normally when I mine them in this cave, there's like 1 or 2, as you can see from that diamond there and that diamond there. Honestly, quite disappointing. But anyway, we decided to head back up to the surface, as we had got all the stuff we needed. And of course, when I arrived at the surface, it was raining, because it's always raining in this world. I hate it. I wish it went back to the old ways where it wasn't raining so much. But anyway, we made ourselves some yellow concrete, which I mined in third person in case some creepers decide to sneak up on me. Notice this big hole nearby, which I almost fell down. And then I got cutting down some trees, as well as planted some others as well, before smelting all the iron we had collected, as well as some of the copper, chopping down some nearby trees, especially birch and oak, because I was going to be using some of those to do some building with later. I also collected a load of saplings to bring closer to where I was, and then I put down a chest here where we could start putting the materials we're going to need for the house. As you can see here, red, yellow, concrete. What is this? You can kind of see the bottom layer here, but I didn't start building yet because this pillager appeared, and I decided I don't want to deal with this. So instead, I went off to gather up some sheep, as I did need those for part of the building. I got these 2 sheep here, white and grey, fenced them off in this little pen here, bred them so that we had a first parrots and the bats achievement, and then dyed them red and yellow. I then went and collected some sand to put on to smelt for some glass, and then it was time to get building. Here we go, our house, and I'm so happy with this house. It took about 4 or 5 days to build. It's really hard to build like anything at this sort of stage when you've got really bad tools, but you can kind of see it's got some yellow in it, it's got some orange, it's got some red, and it's quite different to any style I've built in before, especially the roof on the red building. But I did run out of spruce wood somehow, so I had to go get some more, and then I finished off the side here where I just put this little canopy thing on. It's kind of just a little extra bit that doesn't really need to be on the house, but I thought it looked quite cool, especially with this sort of stony, cobblestony floor. And there's our house. I am very happy with it, and we've got quite a lot of space inside as well. Not a huge amount of space, as it is just a starter house, but it's enough for now. So now it was time to get working on the interior, and we're going to need a decent amount of storage in here. I actually ended up using barrels there as a little sort of change. I don't know why I did that, but I did. So what are you going to do about it? I also noticed that I was missing some parts on the house up here, some stairs, which finishes it off, and I'm really happy with it. I then made some torches to make some lanterns so I could light it up inside without using torches, as torches are ugly. And then I brought all my stuff over, including making myself a smoker and adding in some furnaces as well. And there you have it. We've got some shells, we've got some area. It's looking quite nice. I decided to even add a little path outside before sleeping in my little yellow bed for the first time. Bringing us to day 28, where I started sorting out our chests, bringing all the stuff inside, and luckily we had enough leather from killing cows on the way over, meaning I could label all our chests. Still haven't killed a horse, by the way, yet. Just want to point that out. I then went and chopped down my oak trees as I wanted to make a longer path leading up to this, as we're going to be having some farms around this area. This used up a lot of iron shovels, but that's okay. I've got quite a bit of iron at the moment. And down my new long path I went, as we are going on another little bit of an adventure across the ocean. Where to, you ask? Well, just looking for like goodies around. And of course it started raining. Miserable. On my adventure I decided to get myself some more terracotta, as I'm going to be building out of this a lot, as well as some sandstone as well. I used up a couple of pickaxes until we had no more pickaxes, got some cactus, and then we headed home, where I collected this chest here, which had another buried treasure map in it. I went and got myself the treasure, because you know me, I love a good treasure chest. And inside that treasure chest was a decent amount of iron and some diamonds. A pretty good one. I'm happy. Let's head home across the ocean. And look, our house is over there. It's so tiny and cute. I love it. But my stake was getting quite low, and I had no crops. And that's about to change. I started working on some farmland area, which is what the sandstone and the birch was for. I thought I'd go for this as a sort of wall design, as I never really go these sort of colours, and I thought it'd be a nice change, and it really works, especially with some birch leaves as well. I then spent a couple of days making a wheat farm. I used some birch slabs so that I wouldn't stand on the crops, as well as some hay bales and sugarcane for decoration, but what we don't have are enough seeds, so I had to go punch some grass so I could plant some seeds, and I was getting quite desperate for seeds, so I even went and got some bones to make some bone meal, to grow the seeds, to get some more seeds. I don't know why I was doing this. It was honestly probably just worth waiting, but I just wanted to see my wheat field looking good. But again, I'd ran out of beef at this point. I was eating salmon now, which I found in a chest. So it's time to get some food going. And what better way to have a food than to have a field of cows? A field of cows to murder, because murdering cows is fun. I'm sorry, I don't know why I said that. But of course, I can't just make a field of cows. I need to make something else as well. So I went off to get some dark oak wood, as well as some coal. I just like getting coal because I always run out of coal. I also brought back some dark oak saplings and collected some spruce wood from my spruce tree as well, before laying out where our barn is going to go. Yes, of course, I have to build a barn, and I just wanted to build a barn in the new style that I'm going for. And obviously, as you can see there, it's going to be made out of blue terracotta. We're going for different colours, that's right, not just red and yellow. Either way, I decided to get the cows in first before the barn, as we can get breeding them while we're building this barn, and then we can get killing them after that. But before I could get building, there's a couple of extra things I needed, and one of them was deep slate. I had ran out, and it's so slow to mine, but I mined some. We left the cave, and it was building time, baby. The barn, the construction of the barn, with some dark blue and some light blue terracotta, and I think it looks quite nice. Very similar to the other style, and I'm happy with it. And seeing these small builds gives me inspiration to build some bigger versions of these builds in the future, and I can't wait to show you what is coming, okay? But anyway, cow breeding and also fence getting, as we're going to be actually making another pen on the other side of this barn. It's a multifunctional barn, oh yes. And on this side, of course, we're going to bring over our sheep. As with the terracotta on the builds, there's also little bits of wool around, which is why I had the red and orange and yellow sheep from before. So I brought them in and bred them up. And then we got working on another farm, a potato farm and a carrot farm. We merged it all onto this one side here, a little smaller than the wheat farm, but that's because wheat only gives off 1 wheat per crop, whereas potatoes, carrots, etc. give off like 4 or 5, I think even 6 sometimes if you're lucky. I also chopped down all my trees, as you can see there, before finally we had enough wheat and seeds to finish off the entire farm on the right there. So much so that I celebrated by going out onto the ocean, which is so long. It takes so long to get to this desert, but you know what? I needed cactus, and there's no other place really to get that. I also raided this village on the way, which was actually an abandoned village. Look at that silly zombie villager. What a silly fool. I also jumped into this pool because it was fun until I realized I got stuck in this pool and I had to awkwardly dig my way out, and then I headed home while giving a little shout out to Tubbo on the way. And when I got back, I planted my cactuses and I also smelted them because that's right, we're going to need some green dye as we're going to be building something else. And that something else needed some copper, so I started to spread out the copper to oxidize it, as well as collected some more copper, as I was going to need a decent amount of copper. I actually didn't need as much as I thought, as I forgot they updated it so that you get 4 cut copper from 1 copper block now, which is nice. I also gathered myself some moss, as you can see here, as well as some gravel and some sand for some concrete, of course. What color concrete? Green concrete. That's what the greens die for. I also got some green terracotta, made some more copper blocks before placing them down to oxidize, and finally getting to work building our enchanting room. Of course, I have to build an enchanting room. I can't just have it out in the open. That is ugly. So I built this lovely green tower here before breeding my cows and finally killing my cows. Yay. Leather to make some bookshelves. Oh, and also beef, of course, to eat. I placed down the enchanting table as well as the bookshelves, and now we can get 30 levels, and I don't have that. Of course, I don't have that, so I went mining for some coal, did some smelting, made myself a diamond chestplate for when I do eventually get the levels, planted some potatoes, made a little pathway up to the enchanting room, realized I've missed a load of dirt around the back here, so placed that down as well, bred up some more sheep until finally 30 levels. And up I went to that enchanting room to get fire protection 3. So of course I didn't take that, instead I took protection 1 and instantly disenchanted it by making myself a grindstone, because honestly that is horrendous. I don't want fire protection 3. Instead I killed some more sheep as well as some chickens, and also got myself some coal until finally 30 levels again. This time can we be a bit luckier? Yes, we can. Protection 4 and thorns too. Not bad whatsoever. This gave me some confidence to go down into another cave where, of course, there was creepers everywhere and I got scared instantly. But I kept exploring and managed to get lucky and find myself a skeleton spawner. Look at that. If we ever need bone meal in the future, we know exactly where to come now. It's this skeleton spawner. So, of course, here are the coordinates. But after that, I went deeper down into the caves, mining up some lapis as well as killing some mobs and also finding some diamonds. Just kidding, I rarely ever found any diamonds. I did manage to find a mine shaft though, and in this mine shaft there was a chest. In that chest, some gold and a golden apple and some torches. I was very quickly running out of torches, but you can see I'd seen some diamond ore down there, so I made my way down, which was tricky as there was a lot of skeletons around, and we got some diamonds, but more skeletons appeared, so I had to kill that. But then I got some diamonds, and we actually managed to get, I think, 4 diamonds from this bit, or was it just 3? No, it was free, that's right. But also I found a geode, and of course I had to get myself some crystals so that I could go home and make myself that spyglass. I also found another name tag, almost killed by a creeper again, fought off some more skeletons, which are honestly the biggest pain in Minecraft, I think, before finding some more diamonds underwater. This is the first underwater diamonds I've found, and I was quite happy with it, although it did take a long time to mine. But up to the surface we go, mining some coal on the way to do some smelting and also spyglass making. I also made myself a bow so that I could kill creepers at a distance, enchanted my leggings here, and made myself some more beef. But I wasn't done with caving just yet. Oh no, I decided to head down again deep into the deep slate mines and found myself some more diamonds, which honestly I think are actually quite hard to find. People are saying that it's a lot easier because the caves are so big, but I find myself struggling a lot to find diamonds. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just me having bad luck, but I miss the old strip mining days. But anyway, we did actually manage to find a few in that day. Got myself some other cool stuff. Almost died to a witch. Witches are the worst when you only have iron armor, by the way. Although I did have have 2 bits of diamond armor, but still, it's the worst. I hate witches. Witches be crazy. But either way, I decided to dig my way back up, and actually whilst digging my way back up, I stumbled into some diamonds. So strip mining, much better. Woohoo! Also, don't worry, I had another pickaxe. I managed to get that last diamond there. Don't worry. Were you worried? I don't know. Either way, back to the surface where we got making ourselves some diamond boots. And instead of making a diamond helmet, I decided to make myself a diamond pickaxe and a diamond axe. And I enchanted the pickaxe to get efficiency 4. That'll make my life a lot easier. But what isn't easy is school. Study hard, kids. Anyway, I don't know where that came from. I found a moss cave nearby, a lush cave, sorry. And look, there it is. I didn't come here for that, though. I came here to get this mushroom so that I could make myself some fermented spider's eyes. Why do I want some fermented spider's eyes? To make some potions, as of course we're going to be getting some villagers. I then realized, oh, I don't have any blaze rods, so I went off to this ruined portal over here, mined up the obsidian, which was quite easy with our efficiency 4 pickaxe, and got to work building ourselves a nether portal, which I used this sort of circular design for. Thought it looked kind of cool, kind of weird. I don't care. I'm heading into the nether because it's raining outside and I hate the rain. In the nether, we actually got a good spawn. Oh my gosh, thank goodness. I always get so worried that where I've settled down is going to have a terrible nether spawn, but this one's pretty good. There's a crimson forest nearby. There's also a basalt delta nearby. There's also this really close by. It's like right underneath my portal, and I managed to get myself some blaze rods like super quick. Normally I have to like search for ages, but this one was amazing. You'll love to see it. And I also mined up myself some quartz as well to see if I could get some better enchantments. I also made myself some weakness potions, and what did I get on my boots? Protection 3. That'll do, donkey. That'll do. Speaking of donkeys, where are the donkeys? I don't know. Either way, I found myself a wandering trader that appeared. I decided to kill him, because it's just, they're so annoying. Anyway, I actually had seen a donkey a little bit earlier, and I thought, you know what? It's time. It's now that I've got this lead from this wandering trader, it's time you come home with me, donkey. So I brought him home, decided to actually tie him to this fence post here where he will stay for now. Also made myself an anvil so I could use my name tag, and we're going to call the donkey Horse. Why? Because... Anyway, on day 71, I decided to make myself some purple dyes. We're going to be building another building. As of course, I can't just have villagers out in the open. They'll run away or die because they're useless. So I dyed some sheep purple. I also dyed some white, and then I bred them together. And I also collected some more flowers so that I could get some purple dye. And then I saw a load of bees, and I was like, so many bees in the chat. I don't know who I'm typing to. But look, flowers, woohoo! I then made myself some purple concrete as well as some magenta concrete. And I also got myself some magenta wool as well as the purple and white wool, as this is going to be the next color theme we are going for. We got blue, we got green, we got orange, we now got purple. And what goes well with purple that you can find in the nether? That's right, everybody, crimson logs. So I went and got myself some crimson logs. I also killed this piglin here with a gold sword, who probably would have done quite a lot of damage to me. I then collected myself some granite from a cave, made myself some pink concrete. Ooh, we're going all shades of pink and purple here. And then I did some farming, which took a long time. It takes like a full 10 minutes to clear out these farms, but you can see how much stuff we have gathered so far. I then said hi to Horse and got working on our villager storage area, which is a windmill. It's been a while since I built a windmill, so I decided it's time to build a windmill. And this one is purple and pink and looks awesome in my opinion. It's got a nice white sail though. Not a black sail, of course, because this isn't the Black Pearl and we're not in Pirates of the Caribbean. But look, the fields have already grown again. Oh my gosh, I've only just finished farming them the first time. But oh well, we got working on the interior of our little villager hall, and it can only hold 3 villagers, but that's nice for a starter villager thing. And I don't know why, but I always like to place like shroom lights or glowstone underneath my villagers. And look, a baby pigman on a chicken. I don't know why I found that funny, but I did. I made myself some composters because of course we're going to be having farmer villagers, as we've got all those carrots, wheat and potatoes. But I also had a lot of seeds, and that was getting quite annoying. So I made myself this little bone meal maker here, and rather than just leave it out in the open like that because that is ugly, I decided to decorate it, of course, because we do things extra here on the Smallishbeans channel. So I came up with this really like funky little tiny design really quickly. It's nothing that special, but of course it's got to have a chimney because everything in this world has a chimney, apart from the windmill that doesn't have a chimney, but that's got a big sail to warm your hearts on. I don't know what I'm saying. Anyway, day 82, we bred some cows, we killed some cows, and I scouted out the nearby villagers. That's right, we got to bring some villagers home, and of course they're all dead. Where are the villagers? I don't know. I rang the bell and only one villager turned up, this fella here. I couldn't find them anywhere in the local village, so I just presumed they're all dead. I trapped this guy in a boat, though. And then underneath, I heard zombie noises, so I went to investigate. Killed myself this zombie. But look, 2 zombie villagers. Perfect. Let's trap them in a boat, and we can just convert them. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Killed a chicken, and then got trapped in some snow. But of course, we went back to find the villagers still in a boat, splashed them with our weakness potion, and started curing them. And then we had to start figuring out how we're going to get them home. The worst part of any villager expedition. But where they were was actually higher than where the windmill is. So if I could build a bridge across, that would be perfect. But look, I got the achievement, so I went to go check on the villager, and of course he had been converted already as he had died to the other villager. So I had to get them in separate boats this time. Luckily, one of them still hadn't converted yet, so I only need to splash one of them and use one more golden apple. So I did that, of course, and now we have 2 villagers coming. I got working on this bridge, which is very ugly looking. Don't worry, it's not going to stay. And then we got transporting the villagers over, boat by boat. And oh my gosh, what a slow process. Here you can see how stupid this looks, but also kind of epic. But at least they're near our area now, so I went and got the other villager as well and brought him across before deciding I never want to do that again. So I made some bread to breed them. I also said hello to my donkey, and then made some beds to make a little hall to store some villagers in for now. And this is, by the way, not staying. It is hideous. It is ugly. It is going as soon as I am done with it, okay? It's not going to stay. I promise. Don't look at me like that. Look at my crops, though. Look how grown up they are. Let's go chop them down and turn them into baby little seedlings again. And look, our villagers did some breeding. So I destroyed the bridge, but they still weren't in our area that we want them to be in. And luckily, 2 of them were already converted, so we're going to get some good trades. However, we didn't have enough iron to make some railings, so I had to go into the caves to get some iron, which wasn't too hard because iron's literally everywhere in those caves. And then I arrived on the surface, smelted that iron, and got working on some rails as well as some minecarts to transfer these villagers. And I don't know what happened, but for some reason, they were being very cooperative and were getting in the minecarts really easily, and none of the babies escaped. It was quite good. I don't know what happened. Normally, this is hell for me, but look at them go. They're working. It's working. Everything's working. I managed to get them in the windmill, and we're just going to keep these 2 for now until we get another way to convert villagers, as it seems pointless putting one that's not converted next to these 2 mega villagers who are going to have really good trades. Speaking of trades, a wandering trader appeared, so of course I killed him because I want the leads, and also they're just really loud and annoying. Also, it's quite fun. I don't know. Anyway, I decided to check out the trades that we got, and of course they were all rubbish, so I had to change them around until I got a potato and wheat trade, and also a wheat and carrot trade. So I started trading away. This one actually trades 13 wheat, whereas this one trades 8 wheat per emerald. So really good trade on that one on the left there. And they both trade pumpkins as well, which is awesome. And then I noticed this iron golem just being stupid. Like, what is it doing? It's just there dying in the wall. It could move, but no, it's just there dying. His friend wasn't helping them either, so yeah, but eventually escaped. I did think, oh, I could kill him, but then I decided not to because that would be stupid and I probably would have died. But look at all the crops we're trading and all the emeralds we're getting, and most importantly, look at all the XP we're getting. We're up to 35 levels now. But my mood soon changed as it started raining, so I went and chopped down a load of trees for some reason. After doing that, I planted the trees back again so that I could chop them down in the future. Also, sometimes it's fun to just watch zombies approach you in the daylight and hope they die just in front of you, and this one did, so that was fun. I then got working on a mine as I decided, you know what, I'm going to try this strip mining thing. It's apparently not good in 1.18, but I want to try it and see how it works. So I had to make the staircase down from, I think, where we're at, which is Y90, all the way down to Y-58, so over 150 levels. Speaking of levels, I enchanted some iron pickaxes as my diamond one broke, as this thing was taking a long time to build. It took ages to dig down, but eventually we got to -58, which is apparently the optimum level for diamonds. Iron pickaxes on deep slate, though, is horrible. Do not recommend it, especially with no enchantments. But it's strip mine, baby, and it's time to relax and find the diamonds, even if it is super slow. But look, we got really lucky. We managed to collect a load of diamonds, making me think strip mining might actually be a viable method in 1.18, especially at this level. You do come across lava, as you can see here, but most of the time, I was fine, and I managed to do some strip mining. You can see how much deep slate I got there, and I managed to make myself a diamond helmet, enchanted enchant it with protection 4. Also started another strip mine on the other side. Took a load of pickaxes though, so we're all good. And got myself a load more diamonds. Way more than I was finding in the caves, is what I found. Also, it's just so much more relaxing as well, for me especially, after a long time of almost dying to creepers just in caves everywhere. But we headed to the surface with another 6 diamonds, which was a lovely treat. Also, all that deep slate is going to be so good for building later. Made myself some diamond tools. Also did a bit more farming on day 98 as I just wanted to do some farming. Mainly because it's really good for trading, and trading is really good for XP, and I wanted to enchant my new diamond tools, which of course I did. I managed to get efficiency 4 and unbreaking 3 on my pickaxe. Very good. And I also managed to get an efficiency 4 diamond axe. Here is me showing off all my new tools. Yes, the shovel isn't enchanted. Leave me alone, alright? Enchantment points are really hard to get. But we're on day 99 now, meaning we're approaching day 100. And on every 100 days that we reach, I want to get myself a cat. So I went and slept in this villager's bed here for day 100. And here we are. Day 100, and of course in a village you can find a cat, and I found this cat here, which is really cute. I really like the brown ones. It's one of my favorite kind of cats in the game, other than maybe the jelly one. Killed the chicken as well, because obviously we have to finish how we started. And then I brought Bernard home, who's going to stay outside for now. Eventually I will have a place to keep all these cats, and I called the cat Bernard, because why not? And Bernard says thanks for watching, as I'm saying thank you for watching, as this is the end. Day 100, we are done. Our area is looking so good so far. If you're excited to see more, make sure to leave a like, a comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. Goodbye.